What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Crash Team Rumble Season 1. They rolled out an entire blog, and boy, they went in some details. And I mean, the easiest thing to probably do is just looking at the picture of the Season 1 calendar. We can definitely start there, because this does actually show everything. It shows more stuff than what they even said in the blog post, but the blog post goes over a little bit more specific things. So here we go. So Ripperoo, Early Access, July 6th through July 10th. We got the new mode, Zap Trap, which is July 13th. You got events, at the bottom. You got the full release of Ripperoo. You got the release of the map. You got the new power. You got engine. You got Zap Trap 2. So is that the exact same mode, but just again, we'll talk about that actually in a second. You got the full release of the Sticky Bomb, the full release of engine. You got everything you could ever hope for. All right, number one, I want to say it's a pretty okay roadmap. I think, in terms of actually telling you exactly when things are happening, it's about as good as it gets, right? There's no confusion, at least for the most part, maybe. Now, is it the greatest rollout of these things? I think that's debatable. I understand what they're doing. So you could be saying, well, okay, the early access. Well, the early access is something they talked about in the blog post. So what they're doing is they're making it so that you don't just immediately get these things, but it's not paid. And that is very important that I think they need to kind of like plaster everywhere humanly possible, right? Because you do have early access that may give people the wrong idea of what's about to happen here, but it's simply you have to do specific things in the game. In fact, for Ripperoo, they give the example, there's going to be items in the maps that you're going to have to go, which sounds kind of like Dead by Daylight to me, which is fine. And you go around the map and you collect these things, and when you get all of the collection, you unlock Ripperoo. Now, if you don't do that or you miss that window, which actually I've talked about, I'm not going to even be around. I can't play the game when Ripperoo is in the early access. In fact, I can't play it from July 6th through July 10th. So what I am noticing looking at the roadmap that I am slightly upset about is you do literally have to wait. If you don't unlock it, what seems to be, if you don't unlock Ripperoo between July 6th and 10th, if you don't unlock the sticky TNT between August 3rd and 7th, it seems like you literally do not get it until, when it fully releases, which is 2 weeks later. So Ripperoo fully comes out. You don't have to do, well, actually, that's not true. They also say when Ripperoo comes out fully, you have to just do a simple challenge in the game. So you don't have to look for coins in the environment or collectibles in the environment. You just have to do a challenge. On one hand, I would say just give me the character. I understand where they're coming from, that they're making it, and they say it's for balance, it's to make sure you don't get it, I guess, right away. You have to do a little bit of a challenge, but it's not paid. You don't pay for it. Again, it's tough. I actually kind of preferred Star Wars Battlefront. That's the first thing I think of. Battlefront 2, you knew when the heroes were coming, so you would play, and this is what I did. I would play the game nonstop, just 2-3 days before a hero. So when General Grievous, my favorite Star Wars character, came out, I remember playing that game for 2 days straight and just getting the in-game currency. That's the point, right? Just get as much of it as you can, because then when the hero comes out, they cost a certain amount of in-game currency. Crash, there's a lot of leveling and XP and stuff, but there isn't anything necessarily like that, right? So you can't really do it. So again, I do understand it. It does look kind of confusing though when you do Ripperoo July 6th through 10th. So I'm actually going to be back around the time of Zap Trap. I'll be playing the game around Zap Trap time, but then I won't be able to play as Ripperoo until the 20th. But then again, the 20th, you get the map. Engine will be the same thing in August. That one I will do. I will get Engine in the early access. Another thing I will say that I'm not a fan of, that I didn't think of too hard when I was just looking at it for my own personal, well-being, Zap Trap and Zap Trap 2. One of the main things we keep talking about that's a big weakness with this game, and I don't think it's all that crazy to say, is the modes. Having one mode is kind of bad, and I think a lot of just normal people, even if they kind of fall into, rightfully so, because the game is addicting, even when they say, oh, this game's actually really fun to play, there's a lot of casual people that say one mode, that's insanely bad. And then, so you're going to have limited modes. We know that. Then they're going to go away. And it seems like the limited modes are for 4 days. You have a mode for 4 or 5 days. That's it. Then they're just gone. And then the first 2 limited modes, are they the exact same thing? Zap Trap and then Zap Trap 2? Is that Zap Trap also? Or is it literally, it's a different form of the mode? I don't know. So that's not amazing. I think you should literally have different modes there. But I don't know. You can't read into it too much. Then also the sticky TNT I mean, yeah, in the game, like, you do also have to do challenges to unlock the characters. You have to do challenges to unlock the power-ups. So I understand that a new power, I guess, would also have it, but I don't think the new power should have the same kind of situation as the characters, right? So again, if you don't do the challenges for Sticky TNT between August 3rd and 7th, you literally cannot have it from the 8th through the 23rd. You cannot have a new power. That seems like it's a bit of a stretch. Why not just give it to us? If it's a new power, it's not too much. A new character is a lot, right? A new character is a whole new move set. People are going to be playing as them. You're going to be learning how to, fight them or figure out their moves playing against them. If it's a new power up, that's not something you have to give an early taste to and then lock it up for 2.5 weeks, before other people play it. So it's not perfect, but it is specific, at least in when these things happen. I still can't wait. Like, I want that Sticky TNT. I want to play as Ripperoo, even if I'm going to have to wait for it. Engine's one of my favorite Crash characters, so I can't wait for that. It is exciting. And then let's get to Season 2. Let's see if Spyro is, in fact, Season 2. I think he will be, but we have to wait just a little bit longer. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.